Sarah, the dietitian at the Lifestyle program. So today we're doing a little cooking demo for you. So get your kids. It's a great time for everyone to learn a little bit more in the kitchen. And we're going to be doing a vegan recipe, but you can always modify it. If you don't have the ingredients right now, you have something else, and I will show you some modifications that you can use. So it is called my chickpea tuna-free salad. So number one, it's super easy too. So I'm going to go through the steps with you. We are actually first, we need some onion and celery. So we need a 1/4 cup of onion, 1/4 cup of celery. So I will start with my celery. It's already washed off. Got some organic celery here. I like to take some of these strings off. Sometimes you can use your carrot peeler and just peel it, but you can just break it off like this. Super easy. I don't know, I just always watched my mom do this, and my kids like the celery better if it's not so stringy like that. So I'm going to cut these ends off here, and we're going to chop the celery. Finally, just a 1/4 cup. And celery has so much nutrition. I like to tell you a little bit about the nutrition when we're talking about foods, because you might not think it's very significant, but this vegetable has so much nutrition. And lots of water, so it keeps you hydrated. It's one of those vegetables that's very high in water, high in fiber. And we've talked a lot about fiber these days. And fiber, I'm just gonna chop it up very fine. So fiber helps feed our good bacteria, good gut bacteria, the little microbes in our GI tract, and that is super important for mood, for digestion, how we feel, so many important properties. Celery is also filled with lots of vitamins and minerals, vitamin C, A, E, the minerals potassium and folate. So don't discount these little guys. So I'm just chopping it up. That's about a 1/4 cup. I just used 3 stalks of the celery. Might be a little bit more than a 1/4 cup. Got my little measuring spoon here. So I did double the amount, but more veggies the better. It doesn't matter, but you get the idea. So we're gonna put that aside. Okay. So I will be posting the recipe on YouTube later, so you can have that for you. And you can also take some notes here if you have a paper and pen next to you. So our next one is the onion. You can cut it so it doesn't make you cry as well by taking out the inner core, but I didn't do that. I'm just going to peel this today and chop it up. We only need a 1/4 cup. So I get all the skin off. Sometimes I do take off a few layers of the onion, and that's okay. Let's get that off. So this is a vegan recipe, and if you don't have chickpeas, you can always do it with what you have in the house right now. And some good substitutions would be tuna or salmon in a can. So you can use those if that's what you have. We're going to the grocery store less these days, maybe once a week. And so if you don't have your garbanzo beans, your chickpeas, then just use what you have. Okay, so now we're going to cut our onion. I just need a little bit, so I'm going to cut it this way. 1/4 cup, not too much. Okay, so we're going to slice it thin. And then we're going to turn it. A little bit of, chop it. I'm not the best at chopping onions. There's a technique, but I'm not doing it. I'm just, when I get in the kitchen, I just chop away. And if you have a food processor, you can also use it to chop. Boy, my hands are going to be smelling so amazing after this, right? When I cook with onions, I find that if I rub my hands with lemon juice afterwards, it helps take off some of the onion smell off your fingers. Okay, so that, we got some chopped onions. Use what you have. If you have red onions, if you don't have the white or sweet or red, just if you have your green long onions or chives, leeks, use what you have right now. And then our next ingredient is going to be 1/4 of an apple. An apple is one of those fruits that stays a long time in the refrigerator in your fruit drawer. So hopefully you're stocking up on apples right now. They will stay for a month for me. So I'm just going to take out the core. Oh, I don't want to eat that. And you can peel your apple. I like the skin on mine, a little bit more fiber. So I just leave the skin on. I'm not too picky about that. And just use what apple you have. It doesn't really matter in this recipe if it's a green or red. Just chop it really fine. And if you need to slice it through the bottom to make it even finer, you can do that. Are the kids in the kitchen helping you guys? You can have them get the items out of the refrigerator for you in the pantry as we're doing this. Okay, so we got a 1/4 cup. I'm doing a little bit more than a 1/4 cup because I want more veggies and fruit in mine. You can do it to your liking again. You can modify any recipe. Recipes are to be modified because you're going to eat it. Okay. And we are going to now smash our chickpeas. So I hope you have chickpeas in your pantry. If not, maybe you can go grocery shopping. You plan for it this weekend. I always buy organic canned goods. And so with your beans, your chickpeas, you definitely want to make sure you rinse them off, dump them, rinse them really well under running water. A little bit of the parsley that we're going to be using. So these little small but mighty plant-based legumes are filled with so much nutrition. And it's pretty popular in hummus, right? Everyone's eating hummus these days and dipping their raw vegetables in it. So it's the main ingredient in hummus, but it is a substitution for tuna salad, like today, our chickpea salad without the tuna. And it's very high in nutrition. Studies have shown that people that eat more plant-based meals have better health indicators. So for example, these chickpeas, they're very high in fiber. So again, they're feeding our microbiome. So we're going to have healthy gut bacteria, lots of soluble fiber. So it helps us go. And lots of vitamins and minerals. With all the fiber, they help fill us up. And so they do show, studies have shown, women that ate chickpeas stayed fuller longer than women that didn't. And this is actually such a cheap protein that you can purchase. So if you're on a budget, lots of people losing jobs, plant-based proteins are super cheap. You can get a can, under $1. And maybe on sale even cheaper. So we're just going to smash this can. So the recipe calls for 1 can, rinsed and drained. And I always buy low sodium, no sodium organic. Definitely want to get rid of that salt. So I like to add salt if I need it and all my spices to make my food taste good. We don't want all that extra salt if we don't want it. Okay, so just smashing that up just takes a few minutes. If you have fresh beans at home, you can use those. Fresh chickpeas, if they're cooked already. Okay, getting a little workout here. Okay. So they're almost smashed, and I actually don't like them all smashed. I like to have a lot more food to chew in my meal, so I'm not going to smash all of it. And so you can do what you prefer. Okay, so there's our smashed can of chickpeas. Our next ingredient is parsley. This little green stuff that has filled with so much nutrition. So it only calls for 1 tablespoon. I love parsley. It's used regularly in Mediterranean meals, and I grew up on a Mediterranean diet in the Middle East, so I'm very accustomed to parsley. So we're just going to chop this up finely, fine little chops. We only need a tablespoon, not a lot. And this little green, flavorful little tree here is filled with so much vitamin K and A and C. And just in 1 tablespoon, you get so much of your daily recommendations. So it's pretty powerful and adds so much flavor. It's good in salads, any kind of salad. I know as a kid, we ate tabbouleh a lot. And my mom used to chop and chop and chop in the kitchen. Tons of parsley, and you'd be like, you're still chopping for that salad? It's a very labor-intensive salad, that tabbouleh. Okay, so we have measuring spoon, that's my tablespoon. So I got a couple tablespoons there ready for us. Okay. So now, I did forget my bowl, unfortunately, but fortunately I'm going to use a plate. We'll mix this all together. So if you have a bowl, get the bowl out. And we're going to mix all our ingredients now. So this is our chickpea. Again, if you're not using chickpea because you don't have it and you have tuna, get that out, or a can of salmon, and just smash it out a little bit. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. We're going to mix things in. So our 1/4 cup of apple. I'm just going to throw what I chopped in there because I just love more of the good stuff. Okay, and your kids can help you right now. They can be tossing all of the good ingredients in a bowl. So my onion and our celery. Celery is so good for hydration and our skincare. And right now we have even more time to work on our skincare. So that's a good ingredient to get in the house. So I'm going to add just a little bit more celery. Okay, our tablespoon of parsley. So now I'm just going to mix this. A little bit messier because I don't have that bowl, but you guys get the idea, right? Okay, it's looking good. It's very light and springy and summery. Now that we're getting into spring and soon summer, lighter meals filled with so much nutrition to keep us healthy and strong and satisfied with our meals during the day. Okay, so now we're going to add in the add-ins. So we are adding a little bit of yogurt because right now it's dry. So we're using yogurt, and this is a vegan recipe, so I am using a vegan yogurt. You can use whatever yogurt you like, unsweetened, plain. So I have this cashew-based yogurt. I'm going to be using just a tablespoon. I'm going to be adding just a tablespoon of your apple cider vinegar. If you don't have any of these, don't worry about it. You probably have something in your kitchen to substitute. We're going to do a tablespoon of mustard. If you love mustard, you can add definitely more. And then a little bit of salt and pepper. I also brought everything but the bagel spice. This is delicious. So if you love this and have it, you can use that. So let's get to it. So a tablespoon of your yogurt. Again, for all the vegans out there, you probably know this brand, Voyager. So that's a tablespoon. And then when you mix it all at the end, you can definitely adjust it to your liking. A tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Brown mustard. You guys like brown mustard? A little spice. Okay, and then just salt. So just 1/4 of a teaspoon. You don't have to add salt if you're really watching your salt. Maybe you have high blood pressure. Maybe, you know, this tastes fine the way it is for you. What I like to do actually before I add salt to all my recipes, I will complete them and then taste it before I add any salt. Because like I said, sometimes you don't need salt. There's lots of salt in the food already itself. So now we're just going to mix it, and we will add the salt if we need it. So mix it up a little bit. Get everything coated. How's everyone doing? Do I have the kids still? You guys mixing this now for your mom? Okay. So that's all mixed. Can you see that? Okay. And I also brought lemon. If you want to add lemon at the end, you can definitely add that. You want to definitely make this your meal, so add what you like to make it healthier, tastier. It's all kinds of spices and herbs. If you don't have parsley, maybe you have cilantro. Use what you have. Maybe you have something in the garden growing. I didn't have tomatoes, but if you like tomatoes with this, definitely a great option. So how I like to serve this, I'm going to show you how we're going to, well, let's taste it, see if we need the salt. Let's see how our creation came out. Okay. So I am going to use a little salt. So it calls for 1/4 of a tablespoon. Get your little spoon out. I'm going to pour this over this plate in case it falls. It doesn't fall over all my food. That would be a disaster, right? Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit. So since I licked my fork, I'm going to use this spoon. Okay, so that should be enough salt. Taste your creation, you guys. See how it's tasting so far for you. I did bring pepper, so I am going to add some pepper. So again, you do you. So if you don't like pepper, leave that out. Okay? So this is how I love to serve this. I need my knife. Here it is. Okay, so if you have bell peppers at home, tons of vitamin C in our little bell peppers here. These are actually big ones. So this is how I like to eat my chickpea salad. You cut the top off, take out the insides. You're gonna get 2 cups of vegetables in your meal with all this goodness. So you stuff your little bell peppers. And if you don't like the red bell peppers, go with the ones you like. Green, yellow, orange. So many antioxidants, phytonutrients, so many amazing properties. We gotta eat these good guys. Okay, look at that. So that's 1 bell pepper. And move this one out of the way so you can see. See that? Now, so this could be your, the way you serve it with your bell peppers. The other way I like to serve it, I want to show you options. So let's say it was right after a workout and you need more carbohydrates. Sorry. You listen to your body. If you need some more carbs to refuel, I love sweet potatoes, so that's one of the carby vegetables that I always gravitate to. So what I did was took a huge sweet potato, sliced it up, and just roasted it a little bit so it's all cooked. Okay? And then you would layer your salad on that you made. So it would be more like this. Again, use what you have at home. So if you have, let's say, spinach right now and you're going to make a salad, use your spinach as your base. If you have kale or spring mix, use what you have. You got to do that. Can't go to the grocery store every 3 days like we typically do. At least I do. It's my favorite place to go. So you would do this. So the sweet potato is a little bit more carby, give you a little bit more energy. So depending on your needs, you do you. Okay? And just one of the vegetables I gravitate to because I run a lot, so I do need those extra carbs. So that's another option. And we didn't put any lemon, but if you like lemon, go ahead and squeeze that on. Just get your lemon. I had a cut up lemon. Just squeeze that on. Get some more vitamin C. Brings out the flavor. I love lemon. I put it on everything. We have a tree, so I just have it always at my dispense. Another option. I love olives. Grew up with olives, okay? If your kids love olives, it's one of those finger foods I talked about the other day, healthy snacks for kids. If you like olives, definitely add those on. Get some more healthy fats. Healthy fats help keep us full. So you could add those to your mixture, depending if you like olives, green, black. Go for it, okay? Another addition that you can do is just green chilies. If you like a little bit more spicy, if you have a can at home, open those up. Another option, sun-dried tomatoes. Just take those out and use some of those. I didn't have tomatoes, so I have to use what I have at home. So you can take a little bit of sun-dried tomatoes and add that on there. Adds so much flavor, and you don't need a lot. Just one little one for each is good enough. So if you have your fresh tomatoes, go ahead and use them. So how does that look so far? One last thing. My favorite fruit, my avocado, guys. So if you need a little bit more fat in your meal, depending on your hunger, definitely use your avocado. So slice that up. Again, your heart-healthy fats. Perfect avocado. I love it when you just open avocado and it's no brown spots, just perfect. It's a good day. You can slice it on there. You can smash it if you like. You could have also, so first of all, you could layer it if you want. You can also take your salad and mash it in there if you want. So let's say you wanted to mash it. Everybody wanted avocado in the house. You have that avocado. Just go ahead and smash it in. Maybe you want a little bit more moisture in your salad. So if you think 1 tablespoon of yogurt and a little bit of avocado doesn't make your salad moist enough, definitely get your tablespoon and add in some more yogurt, okay? So again, adjust the recipe. All recipes are made for you to adjust. They're just a guidance when we cook. And that's the fun part about the kitchen, is that you get to have the fun, adjust the recipe, because you're going to be eating and serving your family, and everyone has different needs, so adjust it to what you guys need at that time. So that is our chickpea salad, tuna free. So different ways to serve it. Got it in a bell pepper, on a sweet potato sliced up, roasted in the oven, or on a bed of lettuce. Or you can also do whole wheat toast if you needed like a sandwich, if you were looking for more. I use wasa crackers, whole grain crackers, sometimes rice cakes. So there's all kinds of options that you guys can add and use this salad for. So that's just the options for you. So, any questions? How did you guys do with your salad? Hope you guys were able to get the kids in and make this recipe. It's super easy. You can have it for leftovers. There's going to be extra. And it's just a fun way to get a plant-based protein in there, especially if you're a vegan or vegetarian. And if you're not, it's always better for your health if you can replace some meat meals with more plant-based protein meals. Lots of benefits. So let's see, I think that is it. If we don't have any questions today, I hope you guys enjoyed the demo. I will be back next week with a couple more nutrition topics and another food demo on Friday. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Have a great Friday and weekend. Thank you.